This episode is brought to you ad-free thanks to all of our wonderful patrons. You can get tons of exclusive content, including bonus episodes, warm-up audio, and early access to episodes, all while helping us keep the show going by joining at patreon.com/shonenflop.
Welcome to Shonen Flop Chibi, a first impressions mini episode where we talk about the first chapter of the series we'll be covering in depth next week with our guest, Tessa Strong.
Oh yeah, strongest Tessa in the world.
I'm Jordan, and with me today, as usual, is my lovely co-host, David. Say hi, David.
Hi, David.
What series are we covering this week, David?
We're covering a super series, Super Dog Rilienthal, which definitely sounds like a headache medication.
It sounds like that's, supposed to be, an English name, but it's not.
Maybe it's Lowenthal?
Rilienthal?
I don't know. Hopefully Tucker will have some insight.
I have no idea. Yeah, it's not a name I have ever heard. I've been pronouncing it like Rilienthal, but it might be Rilienthal. It's weird.
I don't know. I'm just really tired of talking about that series name. Not really. I just thought that was a fun segue.
Manga details.
Yes, go for it.
Created by Ashihara Daisuke. It ran from September 14th, 2009 to May 10th, 2010. 34 chapters, 4 volumes. Damn, this definitely wasn't U19, so...
Yeah, Maxi B says these chapters go fast.
Okay, well that's good. This wasn't too slow, at least.
I'm sorry I can't be joining you, but I will still read it.
Okay, yeah, so we can talk about it later.
Yes, for our chibi scoring and our ranking.
It's going to be kind of hard to do the ranking if you haven't read it.
I'll try.
But yeah, let's get into the fucking plot summary for the first chapter. So these two kids, Tetsuko and her brother Ani, are waiting for their parents at the airport when they get a box with a message saying that they're not coming home. But, hey kids, you're getting a new little brother. They open the box and a weird-looking dog hops out. His name is Rilienthal. He can talk. He's their new little brother, and he's being chased by the men in black. So they gotta protect him. The kids get on a bus where they try to convince people that Rilienthal is just a stuffed animal, just like Digimon. A little girl really likes him, so she starts reading a picture book to him when the men in black burst into the bus with guns. They say they're looking for RD1.
Now, who could that be?
Well, they don't really know, David. They weren't told what the fuck RD1 actually is, which kind of makes everything way harder than it has to be. I don't understand why they thought this would be a good idea, Popcorn David.
The bus suddenly seems to be underwater. The girl's picture book is about exploring the ocean with a sea monster supposedly at the bottom. One of the men in black grabs the book, thinking that it must be RD1 as the sea monster attacks. Tetsuko thinks that it might be because the little girl is scared. Rilienthal calms her down and the sea monster disappears. The men in black determine the girl is actually RD1, and so they plan to kidnap her. Tetsuko and Ani join into the action, kicking their asses and dismantling their guns respectively. One of them falls out the door into an abyss, but Rilienthal grabs him just in time. The bus then surfaces outside of a house as Tetsuko wonders if Rilienthal saved him to calm down the little girl, or if he did that just because. Anyway, that house they ended up at is conveniently their house. Nice. And I did fist bump.
Also, I forgot to write it in there, but yeah, it is stated Rilienthal is obviously RD1, and the underwater shit is part of his powers.
Yeah, I kind of thought that would have been cool if it was an SPF thing, where there are different artifacts, and legitimately it wasn't him, and he's just a magic dog, and no one really acknowledges it. And Jordan's like, fuck, that would have been a way funnier idea.
It would have been. But also, this does a really bad job of explaining how his powers work, what his powers are. I don't really have a good grasp over what the fuck is happening, really.
Yeah, you didn't have to go into more details. This chapter did a really bad job, period.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I think it's supposed to be a gag manga, but it's not funny.
Yeah,
I just don't get what the tone of this series is.
I think it's supposed to be a goofy action manga, almost sort of the tone that Sakamoto Days is going for. Obviously, Sakamoto Days is better than this in literally every way, but what I mean is where it's there's action and it's overall very comedic and kind of goofy, but it's not a pure gag manga, is what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, it's not like Dr. Slump.
No, it's not like Dr. Slump. But yeah, it's just kind of there.
Yeah.
I think Rilienthal's design is very strange and kind of cute, but weird.
Oh, I agree. It is a nice design. It is very silly.
I did like the bus driver who was like, ha ha, you guys lost.
Yeah.
The bad guys. That was funny. I like that.
Yeah, this chapter didn't really explain much and just wasted, he didn't need to dedicate 40 pages to this fucking bus scene.
It did kind of feel like a bit of a waste of time. I did like, at the beginning, they kind of foreshadow, it's like, yeah, he's being chased, but you guys will be fine if you're here. And it was like, what? That don't make sense. And then it's revealed, oh no, these two kids are actually like super badasses.
That was, yeah. Also, I noticed when I was looking at an art review, the little boy always has his eyes closed. Because I was like, what's his eye color? And I was like, oh, his eyes are always shut.
What's his eye color? No.
Death.
Yeah, he's like Cyclops. If he opened them, everybody would die.
I kind of feel like this is in the same cinematic universe as Rookie Policewoman, Kiriko. Like, I could see them doing a crossover.
Yeah.
Where it kind of has that, like, this is supposed to kind of be a gag manga, but not, like, it's all gag manga kind of tone.
Yeah, I can see that. It seems that there is less sexual harassment in this one.
Oh, yeah. I would hope.
I really hope that that doesn't change. I would be horrified if it did.
I'm trying to think what else. The art is quite polished. I haven't read his other work. This author is famous for... Fuck, what is it? What is Something World? It's Something World, right?
Oh, I have no idea what this guy's done. The art's fine.
World Trigger.
Oh, World Trigger. Okay.
This is by the guy who does World Trigger, which as far as I'm aware has pretty solid art. I mean, the art's not blowing me away, but it definitely gets the job done.
The art is very simplified in this. Like, I think that was a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And like when they go underwater and the sea monster shows up, it gets more detailed. But like the characters themselves have very heavy, dark lines, like very heavy black outlines. They are very simplified.
We stand fake black outlines on this podcast. Got to be one of my favorite genders.
Yes. But yeah, that's kind of it.
I also, just some other little things. I don't know why this kind of felt like a Tim Burton world where like the kids seem really serious and the dog. So it feels like you could have seen that as like a parody of Tim Burton. And I'm also imagining what kind of voice do you think the dog would have had in the anime? Hey guys, I'm the Super Dog.
That's what I initially went with. I don't know if that would be the case, though. I feel like in the anime, he would have like an annoying, like little kid voice almost like
Chopper on One Piece.
Yeah, like where it's just like, you could have done something not extremely annoying, but you chose not to.
Yeah, this also reminds me how I think there was an audio drama for Mago-chan where he does have a very deep voice. I could have seen like Keith David voicing him.
David almost called him David Keith again.
No, it was almost a David Hayter, which also that would have been hilarious in Mago.
David Hayter as Mago-chan would be fantastic.
I am the god of destruction. Metal Gear. Oh, I missed that manga.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, along with thick black outlines, my other favorite gender is, of course, people being surrounded by weird shit and being fine with it. So, like, Witch Watch, Chef's Kiss, when they're like, oh, you're a witch, that's cool. I do love that, except they seemed way too accepting where they're like, oh, we're underwater. Like, no one panicked in the bus.
I believe that is called magical realism. But yeah, no, people weren't really panicking in the bus aside from the bad guys. Everyone else was just kind of like, whoa, this is happening. Like, I don't know. They were surprised.
They were definitely NPCs.
I don't know if panicking. I agree they weren't really acting as surprised as maybe they should have. The little girl did not seem very surprised. She just kept on reading the book.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be the double twist, is that her book was like magical.
Yeah.
That would actually been cool if this was like an SPF series. Damn, now I'm really mad that it's not.
By SPF, what do you mean?
Wow, did I say SPF?
You mean SCP?
SCP, yeah, I was thinking of I bought sunscreen today.
Yeah, you said that before. I was like, I don't know what that acronym is, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry, SCP.
SCP, SPF, yeah.
It really sounds like a hilarious parody of SCP.
That's actually, yeah.
The SPF. Their outfits are giant bottles of sunscreen.
That's the Mad Magazine parody of SCP.
I love it. Oh, I miss Mad Magazine. All right, we're getting way too off topic. Jordan, would you read in our 10 chapters of this?
Nah.
I wrote no with 10 zeros, 10 O's. It's what a day it's been. Also, Dylan, who is tagging in on Thursday because I can't make it because work, unfortunately called me in. Dylan, you can put in your audio if you would have read in our 10 chapters of this.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Jordan, what do you think will happen next? I see we have one guest that is exactly the same, which is also a guest Dylan made.
At least for a little while, there will be a Monster of the Week format where Rilienthal's powers end up being used by like different people, you know, like, oh, he's got to help the neighbor out with something. Oh man, there's another guy. Oh boy, Rilienthal's powers is like doing stuff with him. My next guess is we never actually meet their parents.
Yeah, that's my guess too. And Dylan also guessed that.
Oh, damn it. Fuck. We all guessed.
I wasn't joking. All three of us had that guess.
fuck? And the last one is Rilienthal's powers are from alien technology.
I like it. This is a backdoor pilot into Aliens Arena 64 Turbo Edition. Oh, that was a fun award. All right, my guesses are there will be a super cat nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
We will never see their parents. Original thought. Free thinker. So-called free thinker.
Yeah.
They have a bad guy they defeat that becomes their friend and probably lives with them because they have nowhere to go. It's kind of like how they collected people in Tokyo Demon Bride.
It's kind of how they collect people in a lot of manga we read on this show.
I feel like we don't talk about the Goblin Mode cat lady from that series. Do you remember her? She just was like, did not have her shit together, and it was really funny, that cat lady.
I don't remember.
Do you just remember the frog who was like, this plot is stupid, I'm staying out of this, to live with them? And she was like, you guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
She was the only sensible character in that series.
I kind of only remember the frog. I also remember the poop battle or whatever. That was weird.
Oh yeah. Do you do you have the vigor to shit yourself right now?
That was good. That was good. Yeah, actually.
We did rerun that episode.
Yeah.
Jordan, what's your power word, my man?
Bones, because dogs like bones, and this is like the bones of a manga. There ain't any meat on this bone. It's just kind of bland and yeah. How about you?
I put cringe. This is just kind of cringe, bruh.
Hey.
And then Dylan said unknown because the source of the dog powers are a mystery and I have no idea what the hell anyone is saying. Because, yeah, this is definitely like a machine translation or something because no actual human native English speaker would ever write the dialogue like this.
There's some pretty bad writers out there. I don't know. I've read some really bad translations, okay?
Remember the Snickers translation of Philosophy School?
Remember the Fitch?
Yeah.
From Bone Collection?
And there's always the Duwang.
Well, that's just a classic.
Most iconic bad manga translation of all time.
Probably, yeah. There's also Big Green, of course. That's another thing.
Oh, yeah. I love how they added that into the Team 4-star. But as much as I'd love to keep talking about this series, well, let's get into the Q&A. So as a reminder, you can submit your questions on the Shonen Flop Discord prior to give it to those who are new to ask, haven't had a question asked in a while, or our wonderful patrons. Starting with one of our Ride or Die fans, David asks, if you could get an SBS question answered by Oda, what would you ask? Asterisk, it has to be like something he would actually answer. You can't be like, hey, what's the One Piece?
Damn
or,
it.
hey, what's your credit card number? So what is a question realistically Oda would answer if you asked him? And I have to say, I just want to say my question that I really wanted to do, he did eventually answer, where I wanted to ask him what devil fruit would you give the Straw Hats that didn't have them. And I was kind of sad he actually answered it because then I couldn't feel really clever because he even was like, fuck, that's a really interesting question when he answered it.
So what would you do? I don't know.
So mine is, I honestly would just ask him straight up which Straw Hat pirates are willing to kill and have killed, because there's a lot of ambiguity and there's debate. Like, obviously, Zoro has killed people on screen. Robin, it's like impossible for Robin not to have killed people, but there's a huge debate about people like Luffy, Jinbei, and Brook, and Frankie. Have they killed people? And I honestly, it'd be interesting to just actually get a definitive answer of what Straw Hats would, like, openly would kill people, would kill as a last resort, and would rather die than kill someone.
I guess one question I would ask is like, how long did you actually think this was going to go for, basically? Like, what arc did you think was going to be like, I guess the last one? Like, how long did you, I guess the actual question is, how long did you initially plan for this series to go? You know? Because there's no way he thought, it's going to go for 20 years.
You know, it's 24 years this year.
Damn. Sorry, 20 plus years.
All right. And just a reminder, by the way, when I have a question answer, it does not take one of our slots. So let's get to the next actual question.
That was you?
No, it was my cousin who has the same name as me.
Whoa. David acting like David is a super uncommon name or something, you know? Like.
Next up from Sandman. What is the origin of the word glizzy? Jordan, I know you know a bit more about this than me. What would you say?
Why would I know more about this than you?
I guess it's going to be a mystery. Keep on glizzing, glizzers.
I mean, are you asking me why I get angry when David says it?
Sure, if you wish to interpret the question that way.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you can look it up on the internet. I have no idea. I get annoyed because David is not Gen Alpha. And when he says it, it's like annoying. That's why.
Understandable. By the way, the actual origin is it comes from DC. There's no confirmed, but people think it's because of how hot dogs start to glisten as you grill them. I don't know, but it is a DC slang. So I said it a lot while I was in DC.
Okay.
Oh, Jordan was just in DC, so you missed your chance to have a glizzy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Next up from Spubby. I know we have the floppies, but I'm curious. is, what was your favorite manga of the year that wasn't part of the podcast, including Chainsaw Minute too? Because otherwise I know we put Chainsaw Man. So Jordan, what was the best manga you've read in 2023?
And why was it Don to Don?
Okay, that's the correct answer. God,
Yeah.
I can't believe so good. Actually, Anime Out of Context was talking about, or Rem was like, oh, what if they have like a magical testicle and that's where they get the powers from and everyone get powers from a magical. And I like message him like, dude, do you like not know that's like actually the plot to Don is like a magical testicle? So I want to know what he says, but hopefully he is now aware that there is literally a manga, and I really hope they cover it so he can be like, this was the magical testicle manga.
I'm just thinking of like the Beatles Magical Mystery Tour.
Magical Testicle Tour.
The Magical Testicle Tour.
I love it. Next up from Dude Rocks, what kind of dragon are you? So my answer is actually people have compared me to a dragon because unlike hoarding gold or riches, I hoard friendships. So apparently I'm a friendship dragon.
Oh, God. Yeah, I think we had a question of if you were a dragon, what would you hoard? And that was what you said.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess I would be like...
You'd be a metal dragon, I assume. But what kind of metal?
Yeah, I'd be a robot dragon.
I like it.
It'd be cool.
Next up from Daydreaming Deer, I think this is their first question. Who would win in a fight, Dub Goku or Sub Goku?
I am really bad in this. These questions are really bad for me because I actually have only ever really watched Dub Dragon Ball Z. So I've heard that Sub Dragon Ball Z, he's like kind of an asshole.
And he's voiced by like a 7-year-old woman.
Right, yes.
Did you know, fun fact, trivia fact, in Japan, the only relative of Goku voiced by a man is Raditz.
Oh God, yeah. No, I think that isn't that because like in Japan, like there's a really good like voice actor union and a lot of respect for voice actors. So it's like, no, this is you voice Goku. That's your job. Yeah, you're not gonna lose your job over this shit.
I know like in America's been trying to emulate. So you have weird shit like 30-year-old Naruto still having his childhood voice actor because so it just sounds super fucking weird.
Yeah,
there is no shame in recasting a character after they hit puberty.
In a different anime.
Yeah.
Right? Like, not even, like, you're done with Naruto. You're on Boruto.
Yeah, it's true. But I still got, like, a 65-year-old woman. And hey there, I'm Naruto. What's going on, guys?
Oh, God.
I will say, though, Dom Goku would definitely beat Sub Goku. But I think Dub Goku, who is a.k.a. Superman Goku.
You think he'd win?
I think Dub Goku would win.
Sean Schemmel Goku?
Yeah. All right. Next, our final question from ZZ Digital. What Magic the Gathering color would Ravioli play? Jordan, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with red.
That's what I was gonna say, because you know why I say red?
Because she's red.
No, my dog is not red. But goblins are red, so she could play with all her goblins.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, it's like beasts, right? I barely know the colors. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And did you play Arena before our Wizard Soul episode?
I did.
Fuck. Well, my guess was you were to fuck with me, so too bad. I outsmarted your outsmarting.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like, just kidding. I didn't get fucked, David. All right.
I played it before that episode, but before the chibi, before you said the guess. So, like, I guess in some sense you were wrong.
Sad.
I don't know. Whatever. You decide, listener.
Yeah, this is for you.
You decide how I'm right. This is for you. David, who said that?
I don't remember. Obama.
It was
Michelle
It was
Obama
Andrew
did.
WK. Yeah, it was actually Obama. He was at the gathering of the Juggalos and he said that.
I love it. I was thinking about fucking magnets because I was listening to Game Maker's Toolkit, which is about magnet game. Anyway, Jordan, that is all the time we have for today. I want to say thank you so much for being my lovely co-host.
Thank you so much for all the work that you do on this podcast, David.
Props to Shannon for the awesome cover art. Find her online at illuminyatea. Thank you, Dylan, for assistance with editing. You can find this podcast Anime Out of Context at animeoutofcontext.com. Thanks to Tucker and Maxi B for assistance with pronunciation, translation, other miscellaneous research. Find us on Twitter at ShonenFlopcast, Tumblr Shonen-Flop, our website ShonenFlop.com. We're also on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever else you get your podcast. Come join the Shonen Flop Discord. We got a movie night. We got a book club. Ton of fun. Ask your questions. Submit your 6-word summaries. We have people planning out their own Shonen Jump fighting game. That's been pretty cool. Or you can post whatever else is on your mind. Find a link to it in the show notes or on our site. And if you've been enjoying the podcast and want to help us keep going, consider subscribing to our Patreon. Wouldn't be able to keep the show going without their support, including you are getting a ton of exclusive content. Jordan, what are we dropping in the month of August for our patrons?
David, we are finishing up Cypher Academy. We're covering part 2 with Josh from the Volume 1 podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had Megan on for part 1 and we knew we needed Josh for part 2.
It wouldn't be fair to the other one. Like one of them would have bragging rights, and that would just ruin their whole relationship. It would just mess everything up. I couldn't have that on my conscience.
It's why Sean and Rem have been on the same number of pieces of Shonen Flop content.
Yeah.
You could even be listening to our recordings live, listening to the warm-up audio, or listening to the Shonen Drop, where we reviewed the last month's episode and opened the mystery box, where Jordan and I are going to finally be covering Karugabachi. I didn't say that title right, Jordan. You give it a try.
Kagurabachi?
Yeah, that one. The fucking meme manga.
Yeah, the greatest manga of all time. Yeah.
The manga of all time. Was it the manga?
Yeah.
We're going to find out when we discuss it tomorrow. Find it at patreon.com/ShonenFlop. And I want to read some of our wonderful patrons. Starting with our dolphin dads, we have Glornak, Rachel, my wonderful wife. We had a very nice belly day where we ate some pie, and that was really good. And Sean, you like it wet, and so do I. I know you never waste a drip. I feel a little poke coming through. Moving on down to the Ravioli tier, where you get weekly photos of my wonderful dog, Ravioli, including Magic the Gathering Ravioli tokens. We have Chris, Eva, Jeanette Davis, Lady T, Matt, Scarlett Meerman, T, Tiffany, and Trevor Schechner. Thank you so much, and also happy birthday, Trevor.
Happy birthday.
Moving on down to the King of the Forest, we have 090Z, Bandit Stoof,
my girlfriend,
Brad, Chad, Jacob Andrew Galloway, Justin Hefner, Kirbymon, Marty, Riley, Sarah, T. Wolfwood, and Tommy Boy. Moving on down to our Galactic Ball Federation officers, we have a mid-sized Dan, Andrew Shep, Andy's Islands, Aura, Biza, Blamumu, Brandon, Brian Sexton, Cole, David. Oh, I guess you're right. There is another David. Dennis James Moan, Don't Dox Me, Dadderson, Dr. Jory's Big Naturals, Drago, Drew, Dylan, Nigel, Fax, Flashcardman, Generic Man, Hey Randall, Fiesta Sticks, Ian McConnell, Keanu, Lassie, Manly P. Hall, Marabara, Matt, Mike, Obscure Reference. Fuck. I had one ready and I forgot about it.
You know something, David? Like, I think last week, I mentioned not to watch the first two Craymaster movies. I would like to clarify, I'm not talking about Craymaster 1 and 2. I'm talking about Craymaster 4 and Craymaster 1, which were the two first ones. They are not numbered in chronological order. They are actually numbered based on what dissension the testicles are at a certain time. So 1 is like the testicles have fully receded.
Yabas.
And number 5, they're all the way out, baby. But yeah.
Okay. Resident Warhammer nerd, Brian Jasinski, Salvia, Scott Fischler.
How's that for an obscure reference, motherfucker?
Silly Rookie, Swimming for Senpai Ash, Staghorn Taper Clip, Tucker, Wright, and ZZ Digital. And also a big thank you to our Beast Children.
Thank you so much. I love all of you.
I love you all. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Tune in next Monday for our full thoughts on Super Dog Rilienthal featuring Tessa Strong, even though I sadly won't be there.
This has been Jordan.
This has been David.
And you've been listening to Shonen Flop. David, say it.
Keep on flopping floppers.
Bye.
Bye.